I want to run through a few terms. I just thought about this. So epistemology, what does that mean?
So it's a field of study of truth, essentially. And everyone, whether you're a believer in Christ or a secularist, has to begin with epistemology, because all of us are approaching life through a presuppositional epistemology, through a lens of is there objective truth? Is it subjective? Do I make it, is it like we're seeing on the news media, is it a narrative or is it something that's outside of me? Science itself is a field of attempting to discover what is true, right? So science is not a thing in itself. It's a form of epistemology. And we briefly mentioned in previous videos that we have filmed that the whole COVID mess in 2020, we saw that science was not actually fact. Science is thrown around like as to beat people up in many cases or to control them. Yeah. And I'm not making a political statement. I'm just simply saying you had people who were allegedly scientific figures saying one thing and then 2 weeks later saying the exact opposite. Mm-hmm. So what? And it's not that new evidence came about. It was that they were selectively choosing what to present as science. So epistemology is really our authority of what is true. And of course, as believers, we know that God and His Word are the way, the truth, and the life, the truth. All truth originates from Him. It is His. So that's just a very quick answer of epistemology.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just real quick. Phenomenology. Just define that, and again, quickly.
So that term originated in the Kraepelinian era when Wilhelm Wundt and Kraepelin were developing psychology, psychiatry into the medical model. And essentially, they don't know how within materialism, within a view that we're only material or biological reductionism, they don't know how to explain phenomena such as the human soul. They would say the human soul is not something real, it's just a phenomena. So the brain and the genes are producing this phenomena. So the first thing they do is try to explain the human soul. They call it consciousness, but we're talking about the exact same thing, the psyche, the soul, however you want to describe that. And then second of all, the phenomena that occur in the soul. So anxiety, for example, it's a very real thing, but it's not something approachable in science. We can approach the behaviors, we can approach the physical effects, but anxiety itself, no one has actually pulled that out of the soul or the heart, the spiritual heart, and examined it using the scientific methods.
So you can't pull it out, lay it on a table, and examine it.
Right, and yet we go to the doctor and they say on a scale of 1 to 10, how anxious are you? How depressed are you? Well, whose scale and what exactly are we? But these are real phenomena.
Right.
So phenomenology is attempting to reduce everything to a field of study, and that's actually why psychiatry is invaluable to them. But we do this in a scriptural way. We are biblical phenomenologists. What we're doing is taking mindsets, emotions, and even behavior that is very real. But the mindsets and emotions are not physical. They're metaphysical. They're phenomena.
Right.
They're real things, but we're looking at them through a biblical lens. So everybody's a phenomenologist. It's just worldview is another way of saying that. So
that's good.